What's going on YouTube? It's Ben with BK Speed Shop. We are back again working on the LS today, but don't want to spoil all the surprises. Just want to say we got some new parts and got some things. So hopefully today we can get the motor back together. So stay tuned as we dig into it. I'll show you guys some things that you saw in the last video, the valve covers. In my opinion, I think they turned out great. Brought those inside, baked them in the oven for about an hour, hour and a half to let that wrinkle coat really set in and cure and bake onto them. Didn't smell the best, but definitely worth it. They turned out awesome, so I'll turn you around and show you those right now. So here they are. I don't know how great they're gonna turn out in this lighting, but the wrinkle coat looks really good. Really even all the way across them. Once they're in the Jeep, you'll be able to see them a little bit better on how they look with the lighting above it. But also in the mail, I got my ARPs for my head bolts, some nice fastener lube, and a couple packages. So we're gonna get these unboxed here. If you've been following along, you may know these are the heads I've been waiting on. So out with those 862s, in with these. I thought they were 799s, but I was mistaken. My buddy told me and I heard wrong. We were both mistaken on what they were. But they're a set of 853s. Still a really good deal. Basically, they are the heads off of an LS1, so like a C5 Corvette, 2000, 2001, but really nice heads still in great condition. They are hand ported, so they're gonna flow really well and definitely be an upgrade over what I have. But these have actually, from what I heard, they were sitting in a machine shop up in Michigan. They were built for someone maybe 10, 15 years ago. And then they were sold a few times to people that we know, once or twice. But they've just been sitting ever since for a couple years. By a couple, I mean almost 10. So finally going to get them put on something, put them to good use. They are still brand new. I'll get them unboxed, show you guys what they look like. One of the heads coming out of the package. Let me turn you guys down here so you guys can see what I'm working with. Packaging, very nice. Thank you, John, for keeping the head safe in transport. Shipped them how Dart ships theirs, which is why they came in some Dart boxes. Got one out. Second cylinder head also packed pretty nicely. Bag's a little tighter, gonna be a little harder to get out. Let me flip this around here. That's why I packed destroyed. This one's just gonna go in the garbage, that's fine. So again, just for reference, here are the old heads. Nothing special. Definitely not ported. And then here are the new heads that we're working with. Obviously, these all look nice. Can see some porting down in here. On all the runners, definitely looks good. And then obviously, you can tell they've been decked. Look great. And definitely have some good hand porting down in here. So, going to be a huge upgrade over what I had. Definitely excited to get these and those valve covers. They'll look very nice together, in my opinion, with my ARPs back together on the Jeep. The frame turned out like very nice. At least in my opinion, I think it looks good. Not a professional job. It'll get touched up over time, obviously. But overall, for a Jeep, 30 years old, looks pretty good. Now I'm definitely going to spend some time cleaning out the motor, making sure everything is good before it goes back together. I know some people might say I'm a barbarian for not covering up the motor when I was cleaning everything, but I knew it was going to get completely cleaned up. I'm going to spend a bunch of time cleaning it all up, make sure that there's nothing in any of the rings, so it'll all be fine, and then we're going to get this put back together, so stay tuned. All right, so as you can see, we just cleaned the motor up, both sides. It's looking pretty good. We are gonna go ahead and roll the motor over by hand, just a handful more times. The ratchet's already on there, just make sure, as you guys can see in here, that the cylinders are looking good. A little dirty, obviously, just because they've been sitting out, but nothing crazy. I mean, they're clean in the sense of no debris stuck in them. So I'm gonna roll it over, make sure that all the walls look good everywhere, and get ready to put it back together. Gonna put the dowels back in, put my head gaskets on, and at least set the heads on to keep everything in place. Probably won't torque everything down tonight, just so that I can make sure that I go slow, get everything torqued properly, make sure everything's seated up right, get all the grounds on. So gonna be a work in progress. Gonna just roll these over real quick. Yeah, walls look good all the way around. So we're gonna get going and start putting stuff back on. But I'm definitely liking the progress that we're making so far. Everything is definitely coming together. Well, all right, YouTube, it's a couple days later. We actually ended up stopping. Well, we went a little bit further, and then we decided to change paths. Decided obviously not to slap the heads on. I wanted to go and get an air compressor. So I decided to do that so that I can blow all the bolt holes out, make sure that they're completely free. And I took an old head bolt, and as you can see, cut some flutes in it so that we got a sloppy little thread chaser. So I'll be cleaning out all the holes, all the bolt holes, and then I'll be putting everything in after I blow it all out. So gonna get working on that, and just show you guys that, and hopefully today get the rest of the engine put back together and just keep making progress. Get that on, get the exhaust on, and then use the welder to keep going on that. So let me get to work and show you where we progress. All right, YouTube, we took a break to go to the store to get some impact sockets because I broke a couple sockets. Note to self, chrome sockets are not rated for 80 foot-pounds of torque. So I'm gonna finish torquing down the head bolts now. I've got them half on. I've got the heads seated on both of them. But now we just gotta torque them down. So I'm gonna get going on that and get the rockers and push rods and everything in, valve covers on, start buttoning up the motor. So I'm gonna get working and keep showing you guys my progression. As you saw, we just got the rockers in. I'm gonna torque them down real quick and throw the valve covers on. But it's going together easily, going together well. So, I mean, it's starting to look like a engine again. So, that's good. But just gonna keep working. Figured I would show you guys that. Everything does look good. So, gonna just torque those down and keep moving on. All right, so I've been working for a while and didn't take any footage, so I figured I would check in and show you guys. We have made a lot of progress now. I guess I'll just flip you guys around. I've got the heads on completely, valve covers on, coils on, plugs in, exhaust is on. Spent a bunch of time swapping some stuff over from my old heads. Coolant temp sensor down there, coolant crossovers underneath the intake. But I've got the intake on, exhaust on both sides with the ARPs all the way down on both sides. It's looking good though. Got the fuel rail off and sitting on the table right now. Gonna have some sloppy fuel upgrades coming soon, so stay tuned for that on one of the next couple of videos. Got my AN line off because I'm gonna have to shorten this one maybe like an inch and a half. Just this is my drain line, so just so that I keep it from backing up and have it flowing down into my oil pan properly. There's the bung down there, you can see that, but overall, everything is really, really, really looking good. Motor's back together, rolled everything over a bunch of times to make sure that all the valves open and close normally. So I think that's gonna do it for today's video. I appreciate you all tuning in and following along as we make some progress. It's good to have a motor in the Jeep that is now put back together, one that I am proud of, that is gonna be making some power. It finally looks decent, so that's nice. But you guys see, obviously, we have some ported heads on, so if there are any big upgrades that you guys want to see in the future, let me know in that comment section down below. Until then, like, subscribe, throw a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.